Hello dear students, welcome to the another video tutorial of mammalian histology. Okay, in last session we have seen the histology of liver. Okay, so we have seen with the ducts present in the liver, its microscopic structure and its four lobules, the hepatic lobule and hepatic cells arranged in the lobule. Okay, then we have seen the TS of liver. It's showing the portal area vein, hepatic portal vein, okay, central vein and hepatic cords, okay, with connecting with the hepatic artery and the separate duct present for the bile, that is nothing but the bile duct, okay. Then parenchyma cells, which are uh, liver secretions which are produced by these cells, okay. And in this session today we are going to see the second associated gland with the liver is nothing but the pancreas, okay. So we will see for the pancreas today, okay. So the pancreas is a compound tubular acinar gland, okay. That is nothing but the tubuloacinar. That means the separate acines are present and it is compound tubular, okay. And this gland is lying behind the stomach, okay. As you can see in the picture, it will provide you a complete idea of the pancreas is situated below the stomach area, okay, which stomach is opening into the pyloric sphincter, which is open into the duodenum, and that below this C section, okay, that C type structure of the duodenum, which is uh, just below that, just behind that, these pancreas are situated, okay. So the pancreas, this existing transversely from the spleen to the loop of the duodenum, okay. As you can see the loop of the duodenum, and just front side of this pancreas the spleen is present, okay. The spleen where the um, aged RBCs and the WBCs are stored in that, okay. And rest of the more functions of the spleen are there, we will see when we are going to see the spleen, the TSN or the histology of the spleen, okay. So these loop of the duodenum, just behind that the pancreas are situated, okay. And above, upside of the pancreas, liver, okay. So the border portion of the gland is called head, okay. That border portion of this gland called head lies in the loop of the duodenum. So the head is joined to the body of the gland by slightly constricted part, which is known as the neck, okay, neck of the pancreas, okay. And the body becomes narrow, tapering into the tail, okay. And this, in case of the rabbit, and these pancreas going to diffused structure in them, okay. So in case of the mammal like human, so these are not the well uh, compressed structures, so these are the distinct structures, okay. So as you can see, it is the retroperitoneal organ that consisting of 5 parts and an internal system of the duct, okay. So there it is duplex gland, okay, which is exocrine as well as endocrine. Some cells in these pancreas which are secreting their secretions directly into the blood, that are nothing but they are as a endocrine part of this pancreas. And those cells or those structures having their duct system which is going to open into the duodenum, okay, that will be the exocrine part of this gland, hence it is called as the duplex gland, okay. So the exocrine portion consists of two ducts, main name as the pancreatic duct and second one is known as the short duct, okay. So the ducts open into duodenum which going to carry the pancreatic juices which is secreted by this pancreas and which going to contain the several digestive enzyme which enzymes like trypsin, amylase and the lipases, okay. So it has the thin covering of the connective tissue all over the pancreas, okay, which going to form the endocrine part of this gland, okay. So these cells are the known as a specialized name known as the isolates of the Langerhans, which are the endocrine part and that are secreting their secretions directly into the blood, okay. So it has the secrete the two hormones which is endocrine part of this system, okay, going to secrete two hormones known as the insulin and second one will be the glucagon, okay. We know that the insulin in some patients the problems of the sugar, high sugar, okay, they are taking insulin injecting from the outside, okay. So these isolates of the Langerhans are not performing well function in those patients, okay, which patients are taking insulin from the outside sources, okay. So the insulin and glucagon causes elevation of the blood sugar. That fluctuation in the blood sugar is carried out by means of this concentration is increased or the decrease in the blood by means of these secretions or these two hormones which is secreted by means of this pancreas, okay. So the pancreas is a duplex gland as I said, and having the inside these substances, the pancreas, there are groups of specialized cells surrounded by connective tissue, which is known as the isolates of the Langerhans. So these isolates of Langerhans having the special importance in this gland known as the pancreas. Okay. So the microscopic structure of this pancreas, okay. So the microscopic structure, as you can see, this is the actual um, composition of the in below the stomach, just behind the stomach, and this duodenum, as you can see, okay. So this pancreas having the duct system, okay, that duct system is carried out by means of these acinar cells which is going to secrete these digestive enzymes named as the amylase, salivary amylase and um, all the digestive enzymes like trypsin, amylase and the lipases which are secreted by means these acinar cells which are secreted these um, secreting cells known as the acinar cells, okay. And then the isolates of Langerhans, as you can see, the zoomed out area which is known as the pancreatic isolates, okay. So this will be the stand slide of the isolates of Langerhans which contains the three type of the cells known as the alpha cell, beta cells and the exocrine acinus, okay. So that are secreting the pancreatic hormones like insulin and the glucagon, okay. So as you can see the situation and the composition of the spleen just tell of the pancreas going to end, and the spleen having the its location over the just front of the pancreas. Okay, so as you can see, the duct system going to open into the duodenum, as that duct going to open and with the common duct for the all acinar cells which are producing the uh, digestive enzymes. Okay, so this duodenum of the small intestine going to having the opening for these all the connected ducts into the directly into the duodenum. Okay, so as as I said, the microscopic structure. So this picture is showing the TS of the pancreas. Okay, so the pancreas has in the microscopic structure thin cover loose connective tissue form which going to form the septas. Okay, and that septa is going to pass into the gland and subdividing it into many small lobules. Okay, as you can see the patches, as you can see the group of the cells that are nothing but the lobules of the cells. Okay, and each lobule is again composed of several rounded or the tubular group of the pancreatic cells that are nothing but the acinis. Okay, that are nothing but called as the acinis cells. Okay, among the acinis there are secreted the isolates of the Langerhans, which as I said. So from these surrounding groupings at the center, these pancreatic um, polypeptide chain having the alpha cell, beta cell and the delta cells which are in close compact composing that are nothing but the in between them some cells are known as the islets of the Langerhans, which is the endocrine part of this pancreas. And the uh, pancreatic acini cells, that groupings which are situated among the at the periphery, that are nothing but the pancreatic acinis which are the exocrine part of this particular pancreas. Okay, so the acini cells form the parenchyma of the gland which going to secrete the pancreatic juice. Okay, so as you can see the exocrine pancreas. Okay, as I said, the exocrine parts of this particular pancreas or this gland, it consists of the acinis. Okay, and these acinis which are of the serous types, that means they are producing the mucus or the secretions, that means watery fluid. Okay, and these acinis are present, their shape is pear shaped and they are short tubular group of the pancreatic cells at the tip of the inner tubular ducts. As you can see, at the tip of the inner tubular ducts. Okay, these TS is showing the inner tubular pancreatic, that exocrine part of these pancreatic acinis, that groupisms. Okay, and the connective tissue is very little between these two acinis. Okay, so each acinus consists of group of pyramidal cells with their apical tips towards the lumen. Okay, as you can see, there are the duct system is present in these particular uh, TS. Okay, so the TS of the pancreas showing the islets of Langerhans, acinis, as well as the intralobular ducts which are present in these uh, particular system. Okay, that intralobular ducts is present for these exocrine part of the cells which are secreting the some digestive juices which are having the structure like a watery structure or the fluid structures of these their secretion. Okay, so the cells rest upon the basal lamina and each cell has big basal spherical nucleus and one of them having the some of them having the two nuclei. Okay, half of the cells towards the lumen consisting the numerous zymogen granules, as I mentioned earlier in some way that the role of the zymogen granules in the cytoplasm to the basal zone consisting or the contains the endoplasmic reticulum that having the elongated mitochondria, and these apical regions of the cells show the irregular microvilli. So in the lumen of the many acinis, one of the more epithelial cells lying in the contact with the apical part of the secreting cells. So these cells are called centroacinar cells that lies in the center. So they are called as the centroacinar cells of the Langerhans. Okay, so which represent this continuation of these duct epithelium cells with the acinar cells. Okay, so as you can see the pancreatic duct in these picture. Okay, the pancreatic duct that highlighted green at the center of the pancreas, that is from the tip to the duct opening into the duodenum, that whole is nothing but the pancreatic duct, which is highlighted in the green color. So as you can see in the duct, okay, the lumen of these acinas is continuous with these intercalated ducts. Okay, that means they having one common duct, and these small ducts going to open into this one common duct, that is nothing but the intercalated duct. Okay, so that intercalated duct is also known as intralobular duct, so which is long and lined by the cuboidal epithelium. So that duct is all lined by the cuboidal epithelium and going to comprises the all over the duct. Okay, so these larger intralobular ducts which are lined by simple tall columnar epithelium, and that simple tall columnar epithelium cells containing the goblet cells in them. Okay, and that goblet cells, the interlobular duct open into main excretory duct. Okay, so which have an external coat of the fibroelastic connective tissues, and these inner columnar epithelium they open into the duodenum. So the pancreatic juice secreted by the exocrine part, having it is an alkaline secretion. Okay, which contains important enzyme like trypsin, which is proteolytic, amylase, that is nothing but the starch splitting enzyme. Okay, and the lipases, that are nothing but the fat splitting enzyme. Okay, that means your proteolytic enzyme trypsin going to digest the protein. Okay, and your amylase, that is nothing but the which is help in the digestion of the starch, and the lipases which is going to help in the digestion of the fat which you are consuming. Okay, so the endocrine pancreas, that means these islets of Langerhans, that is nothing but the islets of Langerhans form the endocrine part of the duct or the endocrine part of the system, these pancreas. Okay, which are scattered throughout the exocrine part of the pancreas. Okay, so these are the distinct group of the specialized cells going to occur in between these acini or the long the duct. Okay, along the duct. So these along the duct, these blue patches, that is pancreatic islets which is highlighted, okay, which is named, that are along the duct, they having their positions. Okay, so along the duct as well as they having their position uh, to the this specialized cell between these acini and the along the duct. Okay, so as you can see in this picture, they having their position in these acinis Okay, this centralized acids, okay, as named as the alpha, beta, and delta cells. In them, these islets of Langerhans, which is endocrine part, is located. Okay, so they appear more or less from the spheroidal masses of the cells and arrange in the um, their regular form or the irregular their cords. Okay, so between these cords, the closely applied epithelial cells are numerous and blood capillaries are seen. Okay, so very few connective tissue fibers are present within these islands. Okay, so the islands are closely surrounded by these pancreatic acini or lie in the intralobular connective tissue septas. Okay, so in the human pancreas, there are more than a million islands, as you can observe. Okay, so but in the guinea pig is example, there are about 2500 islands, as you can measure. Okay, so there are more in tail than the head of the gland. Okay, so the secretion of the endocrine pancreas is poured directly into the blood. As I said, they are endocrine part of the gland, so they having their secretion directly into the blood, and there is no duct present for these islets of Langerhans. Okay, so in the islets of Langerhans, there are three types of the cells have been identified. Okay, these are, first one will be the alpha cells, then will be the beta cells, and then will be the delta cells, as you can see in these TS as highlighted, alphas, beta, and the delta cells. Okay, so these alpha, beta, and delta cells, these are the granular cells. Okay, okay, so in the guinea pig, there is four type of the non-granular cells are identified, that are nothing but the C cells. Okay, so these cells have water soluble granules in them. Okay, which B cells, and B cells have alcohol soluble granules, and A cells, that are nothing but the alpha cells, having the um, or the second type of the cells are the numerous, while the delta cells have are in few numbers in these islets. Okay, so the hormone secretions for these exocrine part. Okay, the hormone secretion, there are two type of hormones which are secreted by these islets of Langerhans directly into the blood. Okay, so the alpha cell secretes the glucagons. Okay, as a hyperglycemic or the glycogenolytic enzymes. Okay, that means blood sugar elevating enzymes, that blood sugar going to high when these glucagons is secreted by means of these alpha cells. Okay, so then uh, it going to target organ like the liver. Okay, so the beta cells going to secrete the hormone name as the insulin. Okay, which regulates the sugar metabolism, that sugar level is maintained by these um, secretion of the insulin by the which cells, the beta cells. Okay, so the deficiency of the insulin causes the metabolic disease known as the diabetes mellitus. Okay, so in this condition, the cell of the body are unable to utilize the available glucose and allow this formation of the glycogen going to store. Okay, therefore the blood sugar is elevated and is excreted through the urine. So that particular condition known as the glycosuria. Okay, and this glycosuria will be that some sugar secretions are passed from these or the um, pass from the urine, and that can simply check by means of your urine identification, or the blood sugar can be checked. Okay, so the exact functions of the delta cells and the C cells are not known yet. Okay, so each lobule going to compress of several round and tubular group of the pancreatic cells called as Acini cells, and they are secreting the direct having the duct system. They are secreting the salivary amylase and the all other digestive juices, as well as these alpha cells and beta cells going to secrete the glucagon and the insulin respectively. Okay, so the diagnostic features or the um, peculiar characteristics of the pancreas are nothing but the presence of the numerous Acini cells. Then second will be the pyramidal uh, acinar cells with the apical zymogen granules. Okay, then will be the centero-acinar cells are present into the surrounded by these pancreatic acinis. Okay, then will be the islets of Langerhans are present surrounded by the pancreatic acinis. Okay, so this will be the end of the glands associated with the digestive system. Okay, then in next session we will start for the respiratory organs. Okay, in this same chapter. Okay, till the date, thank you. We will meet in the next session.